Okay, so now we are at step 6, and this is where we populate the ABZON tab, which is a fantastic name for a tab. So I'm going to go back to the lease implementation file. This is the ABZON tab, and in the create asset section in step 5, it's very similar. You're just going to make sure if you've added more lines, you need to make sure it's populated down. And I'm going to actually go back here to the directions because I think it's pretty key to understand the directions on this. So you can see right here where it says the asset number. So it says input the asset number once the asset is created via SKI's interface or manual entry. So the asset number is going to be determined in step 9. So don't worry about that yet. We're just going to put to be determined or TBD right now. And so you can just see for the document posting value date, we're going to put 2021-10-701 for implementation, and it has to be in that exact format because this is a SKI's upload. The equipment cost, if listed in the agreement, and it should be NA if the equipment cost is not included in the agreement. The number of units, so the total number of assets included in the lease. So 200 computers if it's in the lease, 1 computer if it's in the lease. 1 main asset with sub-assets is allowed if created assets manually in SKI's. So make sure you note this, that it's going to be 0 if using the interface file. Sub-assets cannot be created with interface file, but can be added in SKI's once the main asset is created. The offsetting account number is always going to be 50609999997. And the transaction type column, which is column AY, is always going to be ZDO. So go back to this tab with all that in mind. You can see what we've got here, and you're just going to have to make sure it is all properly filled out. The formulas are filled down, again, as in step 5 when we talked about on the create asset tab. You should have plenty of runway in terms of we've given you, in fact, you should be deleting lines, but if you have added more assets than has been provided lines here, you will need to make sure you fill these lines down like that. So just make sure you do that, and then the only thing you're going to have to make sure you watch is on this sequential number, if you're filling the lines down, that this one actually goes up by 1, whereas like the dates would just stay the same. So that is step 6.